You can't them up me as an early night morning, Johnny Cole. Hi again, bestie. Well, zip to cross, so welcome to your 5-minute checkup where you'll have your real health questions answered by a real health professional in a real down-to-earth way. I'm your girl, Crystal. Now the road is calling. It is Carnival season and the vibes are already bubbling up. But before you lace up those boots and strap on that feathered backpack, let's make sure that your joints don't suffer for the fun. On today's 5-minute checkup, we're talking joint care and injury prevention so you can move well and fit better on the road this coming Sunday. Now joining us is a friend of the Z, no stranger, Dr. Savion Francis. Drum roll.
What up? Good morning.
Good morning.
How is everyone?
Everyone is great. I like this voice. Is this where we are today?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Nice, calm, and relaxing.
Okay, I like that. No soca junkie energy. No?
Because when I don't jump, I forgot find a nice, calm, relaxing people to get in and back to life.
Which is right.
Back to reality.
Back to reality. Love that. Now, our disclaimer. The information provided should not be taken as medical advice. If you are having a medical issue, a medical condition, or you have a medical concern, please consult your doctor. All right? And remember, Zifta class, we're taking your questions live, so make sure you send in the questions to our WhatsApp line, which is 876-574-5591. That's 876-574-5591. Now, Dr. Francis. Now, what are the most common joint issues people deal with during or after Carnival?
There's something called shin splint.
Ooh.
So, all right, the shin is after you've left your knee, that nice bony part that we have going down at the front of our leg, down to our ankle. The shin can, what we call splint.
Splint.
So, the bone, the muscles that are attached to it are so used because you walk up and down, jump up and down, hop, skip, bunks, all kind of things, right? And the muscles are used so much that it starts to pull on the bone significantly and the area gets inflamed. So that is one of the issues that we see coming out of Carnival season. And then we know, of course, we're going to have our sprains and our strains.
Yeah.
Right? So the strain is when a muscle tears and a sprain is when ligament tears. So persons are not warming up. We call them weekend warriors. You know, we just run out strong.
No little stretch, nothing.
No little stretch, no little yasso fitness, right? Because see, them have the series are going on if you go. So they can warm up the body. If you not start yet, all right, today is Thursday, you have little time. Start. Little stretch, little jog.
Little jumping jack.
You know, little jumping jacks. And when you're done, you cool down. Yeah.
Oh.
Because you're going to pay for it dearly on Sunday. All right, so try to start, because if you don't do that, you are now prone to getting ligaments tearing, muscles tearing, back pain is a nice one, because, you know, especially with our young men that like to lift up things. I saw some videos, some memes and reels where people are practicing, you know, lifting up their couch and so on as practice for Sunday.
Men, I hope you are listening.
The back pain that ensues from lifting and throwing and flinging and cocking up and you know, all these other things that happen on the road. So we need to ensure that we are stretching properly, warming up properly. So before, instead of just stand up in the line Sunday morning and wait, you know, do some jogging on the spot.
Yeah.
You know, stretch out those hamstrings and such. Stretch the back.
All right, so we talk about the joints. So we say the back, especially the knees. Which other joints?
Oh, the hip too.
Hips.
Right, but everything, hip, knee, ankle. So the muscles around it, the ligaments around it, are now prone to getting injured. But one of the things that I need everyone to do also is that you need to ensure you're in proper footwear.
I was going to jump to that. You got to tell us about that.
If you, especially now, if you're not in proper footwear, yes, all those joints that I've spoken about are going to be problematic. But we can also start to have injuries in the foot itself.
Oh, wow.
Because you're walking. This is more than a 5K.
And you have the girls in the heels. I don't know how to do it, but is there like a specific even like sneakers that you'd recommend or anything like that?
All right, I'm not gonna go brands, but we want to be looking at the base of that sneaker. You need a good solid base. So like a crepe, remember when we got school? I used to have like a crepe where your parents put whitening pan, not crepe. Because crepe don't have no sole. It's flat. It's almost like some of the little flat shoes where we wear go work. They don't have any support. You need to ensure that you're getting great shoes. And I know a lot of us love the boots for the Carnival day, right? But the boots, if you're going to go that route, you need to ensure you're having excellent insoles added to those shoes, to ensure that you are getting the support that you need, because each time your foot connects with the ground every day, there's a force that is created between the foot and the ground called ground force reaction. And the ground force reaction, that energy that is created as you hit the ground, it translates up through the bones of the foot, up into the ankle, up into the knee, up into the hip, and then ultimately into your spinal column. So if you now are gonna be doing this event and you're not in the right shoes, what ends up happening is that your back, your hip, your knee is not getting anything to help take off that excess force that you're putting onto it. Now, walking is one thing. Chipping down the road is another thing. Bubbling down the road is another thing. Fling up down the road. All these hot, exciting things is a whole nother thing. So you're generating greater levels of force as you're going through the day. So yes, you might slow down at some points and you just slowly walk and so on. And you might hop on a truck. But in general, you're spending a lot of time walking, jumping, and all of that. And then the force that is there is being translated over and over. And then you can get these repetitive stress injuries, which translate as the heels, the shin splints and the strains and the back pains and so on.
All right, thank you, Doc. Now, I'm just going to remind our Ziptocrats, please send in your questions to our WhatsApp line. The number is 876-574-5591. That's 876-574-5591. Now, you mentioned the shoes, but we're going to be talking about the feathered backpack, right? And some way we go on the road with the Ocean line for some reason. I don't know why. But all the heavy accessories. Does the costume weight affect posture as well as joint health?
Yes, if you have on a heavy backpack, it's going to be pulling you backwards. So, see, this is your normal posture. And if your backpack is too heavy, you start to get pulled backwards. Your trunk is going backwards. And that puts excess pressure on your back muscles, and your belly muscle is not working enough. So think about our school bags. Remember when we go primary school, and if you never have no locker, your teacher never say put one like a cardboard box on your foot, and you put all of your book them in there, you would be carrying these massive bags.
That's what the way we want now.
So you have that bag, and say you had on both straps on your back. You feel the weight of that bag as you progress, starting to pull you all the way back. And that's not good, because both muscles, belly muscles, back muscles, need to be working in sync and doing what they need to do so that one doesn't get overtired, the back muscles, right? So you need to now look at these backpacks that you're carrying, and you really just need essentials. Dollies, please, to come with your lip gloss or your lipstick for a touch-up, a little Charmin and Bounty to absorb the excess oil. And of course, you have your blender brush to, you know, stop on your laugh lines and so on. You use it to what's the right word? Get it back, you know, smudge properly, so when you take your pictures again, you know, everything, you don't see your laugh lines. I'm not the makeup artist, but you know, I know what to do.
Yes.
Right? So you walk with your little brush with a little powder on it, and you walk with your little bounty to take off the oil. And you walk with your lipstick, right? You're right, sheets, one of the absorption sheets. But pray tell, you cannot bring the whole of your makeup kit, and I tell you.
And the extra shoes.
Yeah, man.
And the only things like a fucking on the back.
Yeah, all of those things.
Right, may I take notes from now? Okay.
So find the comfortable shoes from beginning.
Okay.
Then you will not need to be bringing 10 different shoes.
Right.
Right.
I mean, being a hot girl, you know.
Right, and carrying extra change of clothes and all these things. And you know, Pepto-Bismol and tough crackers just in case you get hungry in the middle of the way.
No, listen to me.
Yes, but the people are providing the things for you to not die along the way.
Right.
You paid a lot of money for it, so let's just roll with that.
Right, but that crackers thing is essential. I think somebody needs to hear that. Yeah. Tough crackers. Making sure you're well hydrated too, because you know one drop down, as if the crack just said that in a while ago.
Yes. So thank you for that. That was something I wanted to point out. So if you have not been hydrating, it is the time to start. You are actually behind. You should have been hydrating properly for the past week. Because, for example, muscle contractions, one of the top reasons why people get muscle contractions is dehydration, as well as your electrolytes are in imbalance. So that's why the Gatorades and the Lucozades and the Powerades and so on exist, because they have the right balance of minerals that we need, the electrolytes, to get back into your body quickly. But we don't want to have to depend on that. We want to start early so that your body is well hydrated, so that it's less likely that you're gonna develop the muscle contractions, as well as if you're stretching properly ahead of time. Warming up, cooling down, getting your body into the rhythm of what you need to do on the day, you will have less probability of developing the muscle contractions as you're going through the day.
Makes sense.
So it's a combination approach. The hydration, eating properly, so you can be on
stretching,
cabbage soup diet, leading up to this event. You need to eat food. Eat food, give your body carbohydrates, give your body protein, so that you can make it. You don't want just for the love and the fun and the entertainment of it all. When you step out of it next week, you realize that you are literally in problems.
Right. Need sustenance.
Yes.
Now, all right, so somebody wakes up, right, sore after a long day on the road. What's the best way to treat stiff or painful joints?
Well, you can check us next week for some massages. Give us a call. We will help you with that, right? And again, the hydration is important. So you're going to be hydrating. So let's talk about the dietary standpoint of things. You need to give your body what it needs. It needs back the vitamins, it needs the minerals, it needs the protein, it needs the carbohydrates to get you back going, as well as the hydration, right? So that will help to rebuild. 2, you can get a massage. It really helps to move out the lactic acid. Yes, like a physiology and PE class where we did learn all the lactic acid that has built up in the muscles. We can help to move that out and minimize the pain that's happening if it's just lactic acid buildup. But if you recognize that you may have really had an injury, you need to check your doctor, check your physio, so that you can get some help. Don't wait. No, man, make us see if that injury I go. If this are really something, and then 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks later, you're behind time when you could have really started.
And we got the ginger tea people, them. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I just look at tea once. Yeah, man. And it's not gonna work this time, you understand?
Yeah, and it's not just the tea.
It's not just the tea. All right, so one last comment here. As if like I said, right now I cannot put pressure on my heels. Whenever I walk, I have to put most of the pressure on the toe point area.
I would hope you're not.
Should they be jumping? That's exactly what I was gonna ask.
Hope you're not jumping, because that heel. We need to look at your Achilles tendon, which is right behind the foot here. This like a, I never know, right at the ankle, but
Right
the
at the
back
ankle,
part.
the back part,
It
okay.
may be the Achilles tendon, it may be the calf that's very tight. I would need to work on it. It could be the plantar fasciitis, which is the foot bottom essentially. All of those tissue under the foot bottom, it's called the plantar fascia, and maybe the fascia is inflamed.
Plantar fascia.
Right.
Okay.
It could also be a heel spur, but it's kind of weird that it's both sides that you have a heel spur at the same time, because it's both sides that they're having to put the pressure forward. It could be plantar fasciitis, because that tends to run together. It can be both feet. So check us now.
All right, but where can we find you though?
We are at Unit 3, 5 Holborn Road. We work by appointment. So yes, if you want a massage next week, please do call us so that we can book here. We don't like people come and everybody just wait like a clinic with it. Right? Our number is 9999-186. So that's 999. Yeah, so it's 4 of them.
Yeah, 49.
186.
186.
We're on Instagram, Musclecraft PT, Facebook, Musclecraft Physiotherapy, TikTok, Musclecraft PT, email musclecraftpt@gmail.com, or contact at musclecraftpt.com, website www.musclecraftpt.com. But if you just type in Musclecraft, you will find us nice and easy.
All right, great stuff. Thank you so much, Dr. Francis.
It is my absolute pleasure.
All right, it's so nice meeting you. I'm sure most of our questions were answered, and just in case you did not get them answered, the number to call 9999-186. Right. All right, so that is it. That was it. That was our 5-minute checkup. I'm Crystal. Tune in next time to have your health questions answered by real health professionals in a real down to